For the second straight year, Pennsylvania lawmakers have passed a state budget on time, and for the second straight year, the spending plan includes no tax increases. House Republicans say it's a welcome and overdue trend.
And what we had during the 8 years of the previous administration was an unpredictable environment. People actually, entities ended up borrowing money, paying interest on that money, really not knowing from one day to the next where their budget was going. And I think we had a responsibility. We met our responsibility. And I'm very confident that we'll meet that responsibility as an on-time budget in the future.
The $27.7 billion budget represents a 1.45% increase over the current fiscal year, but is still below the rate of inflation. House Republicans ensured that the cuts to education and human services in Governor Corbett's budget proposal were mostly, and in some cases, fully restored.
Mr. Speaker, the first thing the citizens of Pennsylvania, the working families, the small business owners, the retired folks on fixed incomes, the young graduates starting up ask us for is fiscal responsibility. They look to us to fund priorities, but take no more money from their pocket. This budget meets their expectations.
I think it's important to recognize that the budget again this year was a no tax increase budget that was passed on time. Overwhelmingly, when I spoke to constituents, that was their number one priority.
For example, the new budget restores cuts to the Commonwealth's public universities and brings K-12 public education spending up to the same level as last year. That includes $100 million for accountability block grants to give school districts the flexibility to fund initiatives such as pre-kindergarten, full-day kindergarten, or other priorities. The new spending plan also restores $84 million in the governor's proposed 20% cut to county human service programs. Adds $17.8 million to reduce the list for intellectually disabled individuals waiting to receive services and care. Restores funding for hospitals, trauma centers, and burn centers to the same levels as last year.
We have a choice here. Do we continue to move in a positive direction, living within our means? You can't spend what you don't have.
This budget is responsible. It prioritizes hard-earned tax dollars. It takes care of the most vulnerable. It provides for public education, quality public education, and is targeted and lives within its means.
Reporting from Harrisburg, I'm Anthony Tezak.